Hello there guys, it's Joel here, aka Gallucks, and welcome back to my YouTube channel today for a new reaction video. Continuing with the men's fashion YouTubers, today we are reacting to a video from a channel called Real Men, Real Style. Now, this got suggested a lot in the comments of the last few videos because I've never heard of this channel before at all. It's so annoying because I've been obviously checking out the channels and I've been reacting to them and stuff, and now they all keep coming up in my suggested. It's just not my thing. But that's why these reactions are so fun, because I rarely agree with them. So if you are a fan of this channel, I probably suggest for you not to watch because this video is not for you. So if you are new here, my name is Joel, aka Gallucks. I have been creating content online about my own personal style and men's fashion for about 5 years now. Before that, I was a professional stylist working in TV, music, and luxury e-commerce. Fashion and personal style are subjective. The beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Everything in this video is just my opinion based on what I see in this video. It's literally a reaction to this particular video, not to everything encompassing this person's channel or that kind of style. It's literally just specific to this video. I think that's what a lot of people in the Gentleman's Gazette video got confused with, because I've literally had essay emails sent to me about why my reaction was wrong, and it's like, sorry, that was my reaction. Like, that's what the video is. It's just my natural reaction and my opinion, and that's all it is. There's nothing you can say about it. It's just a bit of fun. I obviously have my own ideas, what I think is stylish, what I think is interesting. You will have your own ideas, what you think is stylish, what you think is interesting. Don't take anything, what anyone says on the internet for 100% true, because it's just not. With that all out of the way, if you do like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications. Don't forget to check out my Instagram as well, where I upload content and outfits daily. So I'm gonna do a bit of a change though. I'm gonna sit here and react to the video here. Yeah, never seen this channel before, never seen this video, don't know what's gonna pop out. Let's just go for it. Oh, I have to actually click record.
When did it become a trend for men to dress like boys? If you go out there and you look at a 5-year-old, a 25-year-old, a 45-year-old, they're all wearing the same thing. They've got their running shoes on. They've got shorts, maybe jeans, they've got a t-shirt, and
I feel attacked. But to be honest, that's literally just a gym outfit. I don't think that's specific to an age group.
they've got a baseball cap. It's like they all coordinated all this together. I'll give the 5-year-old credit because, hey, he was probably dressed by his parents. But the 25-year-old, the 45-year-old, what's going on here? We've got a whole generation of men that don't know how to dress themselves.
He says that whilst wearing a speckled blue blazer, looking like what Gentleman's Gazette would say, a used car salesman.
They don't know how to dress like a man. In today's video, I've got 7 steps so that you can start dressing like a man.
Why does this whole group of menswear YouTubers literally cosplay the 1930s? Like, it's honestly LARPing at this point. It's like, not okay.
Step number 1 to start dressing like a man, gentlemen, dress with intention. This is key. You've actually got to change your mindset. You've got to think about, when I'm putting clothing on my body, what message am I sending? A lot of these guys are going to say, hey, I'm a t-shirt and jeans kind of guy. This is my style. No, it's not.
That's absolutely fine. Wearing t-shirts and jeans is absolutely fine.
You are in a fashion trend and you don't even know it. Because if you look around, all these other guys are doing the same thing. You just simply haven't thought about it. And it's a...
Jeans and t-shirts are not a trend. They are literally basics of clothing, the building blocks of a wardrobe. You don't just have to wear suits. You can wear t-shirts and jeans and also wear suits.
Okay, because most men haven't thought about who they are, where they're going, and where they want to end up. And very few have actually thought about how style, how image, how presentation.
I do like the idea of dressing with intention. I think that's quite interesting. But some days you just want to slob about, and that's fine too.
Can help them get there. You want to use style to your advantage. And I'm not talking about jackets or suits. I'm talking about whatever it is you're doing, that you're sending the message you want to send.
Oh, so he's not talking about suits. Whoa, okay.
If you work in a blue-collar industry, uniform that signals trust. It's going to get people to open the door so you can get more business. Guys, it's about dressing with intention. Step number 2 to dressing like a man, have the courage to lead. Have the courage to be the best dressed man in the room. And this is tough sometimes because many of us don't want to stand out. We're not used to standing out. But if you want to be successful, if you want to be at the top of your game, you're going to stand out, and you've got to get used to it. If you want to be the leader, look to what the leaders are doing in and around your industry, maybe in other industries that you admire.
That's quite interesting. That can be translated to anything as well, not just, the suit kind of vibe that he's wearing. So I appreciate that comment.
And say, you know what? I'm going to emulate them. I'm not at that level yet, but I'm going to start to take the steps. I'm going to have the courage to lead. And speaking of having the courage to lead, let's talk about today's paid sponsor, Original Grain. Back in 2013, Ryan and Andrew, two brothers,
I don't think I've reacted to one video yet that wasn't sponsored. Not that there's anything wrong with sponsored videos, it's that I get annoyed when it has nothing to do with the actual video itself. So if it fits into the video, then that's fine. But this is about watches, so I'm probably just going to skip this.
The minimalist collection. So
he's still talking about watches.
This is exactly what it's about. Okay. You dress well even when you don't have to. You want to practice wearing that clothing because then it becomes second nature. You get used to it. You feel good in it. When you don't practice, you're wearing a costume. Now, sports jackets, they feel great to me. It's something that I just feel natural in because I practice wearing them. I'm not going to say that you got to wear a sports jacket. Maybe it's going to be a button down. Maybe it's going to be a hat. Maybe it's going to be a watch. Whatever it may be.
I've never heard someone say practice wearing your clothing. That's quite interesting. I put together outfits in my room and try them on before obviously leaving the house. But I guess that is a form of practice. This guy's deep.
Practice and incorporate that into your stuff.
He also has a calm, soothing voice, which is the complete opposite to like Alpha M and Teaching Men's Fashion.
Practice, gentlemen, is where it's at. Step number 4 to dressing like a man is to experiment and to measure for yourself. Guys, I can tell you all this information. I can put the studies out there. You can go check out what other people are saying. But you need to experiment and measure for yourself because it's going to have different effects. You're going to want to make adjustments to what I'm talking about. But when you can see for yourself that, yes, I do start to earn more. You can go read the studies. But when you see at the bottom line of your paycheck that you got that raise, that if you're in sales, you are able to sell more. All of a sudden, you're like, this stuff is real and it can have a measurable effect on my family. And
I do agree that if you embody your confidence and you dress with confidence and if you embody all of that, it will help you through every day because you as yourself feel better. So I kind of get where he's coming from in this, but I don't think it's guaranteed income. That's a bit of a reach.
And all of a sudden, you make style yours. Step number 5 to dressing like a man is to build your core wardrobe. Your core wardrobe is your inner wardrobe. If you can imagine concentric circles, this is what everything is built in.
A science graph. I'm loving all the science from fashion at the moment, especially in those TikToks I reacted to last week. I'll leave a link for that in the description box below. There was a lot of science there. And here's some science here too. Look at this graph. A thin ring of red for trendy clothing. More or less same size ring for memorable clothing. And then core wardrobe for the main piece of the pie.
Awesome. The key here with your core wardrobe is, yes, it's just going to make you look good. It's not about drawing attention to itself. So that's why you go with the solid colors. For the shirts, white, maybe light blues, then you can bring in variations. Now, for your suits, you would go with navy blue, charcoal gray, maybe medium gray.
To me, because obviously I'm not interested in this kind of tailoring. Like, I think it's really outdated. It's so boring to sit here and be like, oh, you can stand out and you can dress well and be confident and stuff by wearing the exact same suits that everybody else is wearing. I am more into oversized tailoring at the moment. I never ever thought I would be wearing suits when I was growing up, but now I am, but obviously in a more kind of experimental way, which is exactly what this guy is saying. He's like, experiment, and I am. So here's some examples of some different kind of suits that I've been wearing, but they are more like for people who are interested in fashion and style and more kind of fashion forward way of dressing, whereas this is your more kind of like classic menswear. I just don't like.
You're not going to bring in any patterns. You're not going to go with a light gray with a pink stripe. That may be a great looking suit, but it's too memorable. It's not going to be interchangeable. Now, if you're building up a blue collar wardrobe, perhaps this is something you're starting your own company, well, in that case, you want to have a uniform. You want to have enough that in a week you won't have to actually wear dirty ones if you're, sweating a lot. It would be something that you could get.
I like how he references blue collar jobs and that you should have your own uniform and stuff. Like, I feel like they would have their own uniform anyway, especially if they were employed by a company.
Through them all. And yes, you would want to invest in a uniform. Step number 6. Buy the best you can afford. So a lot of guys go out there and they don't want to spend more than $100 on a suit, but they're going to go spend $1,000 on a big screen television. Come on, guys. If you are starting your career, you've got to have priorities. That suit, if you're going into banking, is...
I feel the same kind of way. Not that you should always spend all your money on clothes, like I don't think that is true. But I do notice the difference in a lot of people's attitudes towards the pricing of clothes. Some people will, depending on how you're raised, what kind of work you're in, or your kind of lifestyle, everyone's idea of like what is a good price for clothing is completely different. So some people will hear £30 for a t-shirt and be like, oh my god, that's so expensive, because they expect their t-shirts to be like £10 or £12, and then you get to like high-end fashion and it's like a t-shirt is like £500 from some brands, and people are just like completely and utterly shocked and appalled. And then I guess it goes into like classic menswear as well. Like suits can be, especially tailored to your specific body shape, that is going to be really expensive as well. And some people would not want to spend that amount of money, but they still kind of want to look a certain way but without spending the money, if you get me.
It's going to be a lot more valuable than that big screen television. The degree that you've got, nobody sees that in your back pocket or back on your wall, back in your home office. What they see is what they're presented with. You want to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward and that you're budgeting enough for your wardrobe. And I get it. Some of you guys start off, your budgets are tight. And those in the know,
I love how he's put a picture of an empty wallet
at the top of the company, they can make an excuse. They understand when you're just starting off. But if you've worked at the firm for 5 years and you're not reinvesting.
What firm? He's like, if you're working in banking or working in the firm, like that's not as common as you might think.
In your image, they're not going to put you in front of the client unless you look the part. Step number 7, gentlemen, own less, but everything you own, love. So I was at a
That's really sweet. Aww.
Conference, and I'm looking in the closet of everything that I brought, which actually wasn't much, and I realized I love everything. I love that polo, that button down, that dress shirt. I thought they all looked great. And then I had 2 different jackets. This jacket actually
He's actually so sweet. I came in like all guns blazing, ready for another Gentleman's Gazette, and it's just not. He's like really sweet.
Took with me, and it was all interchangeable. It worked great. And every single item there, from the jeans, from the dress boots that I brought, everything I loved. Everything I felt good in. Gentlemen, that's a good place to be. It may take you years to build a wardrobe, but as a man, you need to realize, I need to make this a priority. This is what's going to...
I think he's obviously referencing saying to be a man and all this kind of stuff, but I think that's just like YouTube clickbait. Like this video could apply to anyone in any setting, like no matter what gender, even if they don't identify with a gender. Dress as a person and be happy in yourself, what you're wearing. Like that is a good message.
Going to help me do what I want to do. You need to present to the world what kind of man you are. And that's why, gentlemen, you should invest in your wardrobe. And guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun with this one. Let me know in the comments about which one.
It really seems like you had a lot of fun with this one, guys.
From Original Grain you would like to receive. Guys, they send me, I've put down there, so go check it out. Let me know of the collections
Talking about the watch again.
Take care. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Aww, what a sweetheart. That was not what I was thinking was going to happen. He didn't really even talk about like dressing like a boy, which is what the video was alluding to. I'm surprised that I know that word. And yeah, all in all, I thought that was actually a really, really sweet video with a sweet message. So, and it could be applied to anyone. So that was quite cute. Anyway, do let me know what you think of that in the comments below. Sorry I didn't rip him a new one. Maybe you can just suggest someone else in the comments that I should have a look at. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.